Hello and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz. It's Monday night. This is the PC League. My name is Nick, and we are getting things underway for the second third of the season. We've had 3 rounds completed already. There is 6 to go. One of those is tonight for Misano. 60 minutes around this circuit tonight. So looking forward to that. I hope you are too. We had a little break. Hope you've had a good weekend and a good Monday as well, and ready for some sim racing this evening. Let's take a look where we are. As mentioned, the second, third. So Misano, next week the Nordschleife. That's going to be exciting. And then Donington Park after that. And then the next 3 after that, Suzuka, Red Bull Ring and Circuit of the Americas. But first we want to talk about last time out. At Valencia. What a cracking race that was. Another one. We've had 3 good races to start the season. I had a look at my notes and I had cracking race, no rain. So there was lots of talk about rain potentially coming. The skies were going to open up. But it didn't happen. What we did have though was punctures. So the 100-minute race produced 3 that I can remember. Terry Rayton, Andrew Lawrenson, and also Aaron Parker as well right at the end there. So Jack Steele was able to take out the victory. He had a very, very fast car. Ricker and Lawrenson had a good battle in there as well. My man Matt Frost, he was in 4th. He took out the silver class, which we'll get to in a moment. And then, Parker, the tough luck story. Oh, so close. So we'll see what he can produce this evening. But as mentioned, Jack Steele was the winner. His second victory of the season. He's had 2 victories from the first 3. He's had a 6th thrown in there as well for good measure. But he started the last race in 2nd. He finished in 1st. So big congratulations to him. Matt Frost, as mentioned, he started 10th, finished 4th. He won the silver class. So an excellent drive from him, very consistent. Said he really enjoys the Mercedes. Nice work from him. And then it was James Bridgens in the BMW who took out the AM class. He began the race in 16th. He finished 13th. He told us that his race was pretty steady. He didn't have too many fights in there. It was just a nice, steady race for him. And he came home and took out the silver AM class. So big congratulations to him and to everyone else. Now let's have a look at the standings. So this is the overall. Jack Steele is on top, 189 points, 31 clear of Max Ricker sitting in P2. And then the third Ferrari in the top 3. It's like the WEC on the weekend at Qatar. 157.5 points, Benjamin Hignett. Terry Rayton sitting there on 153 in 4th. 5th is Andrew Lawrenson on 150. Aaron Parker, 144 in 6th. Then it's a 34-point difference between him and Mitch Hayes sitting in P7th. Matt Frost, who came home 4th last race, sitting there in 8th on 107.9. Vinny Canero didn't race in the last race, sitting there in 9th. And Paul Russell, he finished 12th last race, 93 points in 10th. In terms of the AM and silver class, Mitch Hayes is leading that only by 2.9 points. Sitting there in 1st. Matt Frost in 2nd and Paul Russell there in 3rd. So they've all had 1 class victory each for the season. In terms of the remainder, James McCauley, 92.8 in 4th. Brett McGillivray, his first season, sitting in 5th position. Seemed to have skipped a number from 6th to 7th. Chris Hildebrandt in 6th or 7th, around about there. Robin Herbert, Mark Hurley, Neil Fakney, Nando Latanzio, and then Adrian Rice and Peter Wall yet to open up their account. I don't think Adrian Rice is racing tonight. Doesn't look like it. Hopefully he'll join us in the chat. AM class, James Bridgens leading the way there. He's got 2 class victories. So he's having a good old time at the moment, is James Bridgens. Rod Taylor sitting there in 2nd position on 58 points. John Hedges in 3rd position on 43.6. And Wally Masterson sitting there in 4th position for the AM class. that's the ballast situation for everyone. So Jack Steele has 12 kilos of ballast. Everyone else has single figures. And James McCauley is still the only driver with the penalty points next to his name so far. Misano, what an interesting circuit this is. It changed the direction in 2006 from anti-clockwise to clockwise. So you don't hear that happening too often. 16 turns, 4.26 kilometres. It's a circuit with a lot of history. It opened originally in 1972. So nice and fast. Got some good fast sections. Section 1 is quite tight and twisty. Then you've got the big straight up the back there as well, coming into the Curva del Caro, which is Italian for caravan. So that's the circuit. Let's have a look at free practice. Sitting up the top there was Max Ricker in a new livery this evening. You can see top of the silver class there is James Mack and Zach Jensen. Where have you been, Zach Jensen? I think this might be his first race for this evening. I think it is for the season. So he's sitting there in the AM class, right up there in P8. Andrew Lawrenson, just the last car out there. There he is. Wonder if he saw
green light. Go.
baby medal on the weekend. Depends on where he was, in Sydney or Melbourne. Not too sure where he resides. But anyway, enough of that. Is Vinny Canero going to be getting out there straight away? Where are you, Vinny Canero? I thought I saw him before. There he is. Yes. As is customary for him to be leading them out of the pit lane. As the remainder of the cars will start to enter 8 p.m. in game time. I like the time. That's cool. Track is at optimum, 25 degrees air and track temperature. Bit of symmetry there. He was the... there you go. This is the new livery, the Italian themed livery from Max. So I'm sure we'll see plenty of that this evening. Robin Herbert is out there at the moment. So Max Ricker already. James Bridgens, last time out, AM class winner. Mark Hurley. 20 cars, another strong field. So fantastic to see these strong numbers continuing. As they're all out there getting their way around. And I think we'll go back to Vinny Canero very, very shortly. We'll take a ride on board and we'll have a look at this 16 turn 4.26 kilometre circuit. Jump on board with the Misano. It's a very strange turn 1, and I guess it's strange because it was supposed to be turn 16, so this track sort of has a strange feeling to it when you first start practicing it. I always think of candy stripers. When I go around the second ball, you can cut pretty hard through here. You don't run too wide out there on the sausage curbs. It can cause you a lot of trouble. But the brake markers and then the red and white rumble strips as well always remind me of candy stripers. I don't know. I always think about the lollipops. Driving around this circuit, as is Vinny Canero doing right now. Looks pretty tidy so far. As he's making his way out of Samambo. This is Curvone, turn number 11. Pretty much a flat out kick through there. I do enjoy this part of the circuit. It makes you feel like you're the furthest away from anything when it comes to the green wall. Cut there. Placed very, very strategically. First time lap, so we go straight to the times. Everyone start to filter through here. There's 27. There's Max Ricker. Paul Russell be the next one to cross the line. 9 7. That's going to be Mark Hurley. And Benjamin Hignett making his way through. James Mack crossing the line there. There is 85. I don't know. Where's number 9? There we go. Neil Fakeney. Kevin Bartlett's team. Kevin Bartlett's going to be at Phillip Island this weekend. For those in Victoria, the historic touring car race down there this weekend. I will definitely be heading down. Love going down there every year for the Phillip Island Classic. Fun times. Young Masterson always helps when your brother helps to promote it as well, so you get free tickets, so even better. Here's Rod Taylor. He's yet to set his time. What do we got? 1:33.6 is the fastest time so far. That's set for Jack Steele. Will we see any rain this evening? That's all anyone could talk about. Last race didn't happen. See what tonight brings. Here's John Edges making his way across the line. There is back of the circuit. Jack Steele crosses the line. Max Ricker. What about Paul Russell? Tenths up on his best time. Here comes Hignett. He's currently P6. He's about 3 tenths up on his best time. Hot lap though. It's Aaron Parker has set the pace at 33.580. Terry Rayton can't top that. P4 though is a good result nonetheless. Here's Matt Frost. 3 tenths up on his best time. And not enough to improve his position. Here's Wally Masterson. 37. What we've got here? Down in 14th. Highest of the AM runners. Parker's out there on a hot lap at the moment, but he is down on his best time. Let's have a look at Ricker. So he is up by 3 tenths. That would be fast enough for P1. Still early days in the session, only 6 minutes gone, just over in the 15-minute session, so not even at halfway yet. Truck conditions are absolutely perfect right now. Parker's not regaining that time on his lap. We'll stick with Ricker for now. Vinny Canera will flick over because he's going to cross the line first. Let's see what Vinny can do. He's on a pretty fast lap here. Might get him on the second row of the grid. It does. Here comes Max Ricker. And he goes to the top of the time. So nice work there from Max. This is Paul Russell. He'll improve on his time. Goes up into P6. Here's Hignett. He's on a fast one as well. Or he was on a fast one. He lost a little bit of time out of that final corner. He moves up into P4. So the pace is pretty hot right now. Times are coming through thick and fast. Ricker's out there on another one. Parker's in the pits. Steele's on an out lap at the moment. Hignett's just begun his lap. Kinnero's in the pits. Matt Frost, he improves his time and his position up to P12. Here comes Andrew Lawrenson to the top of the times. He goes bang just before the halfway mark. So Andrew Lawrenson setting the pace at 1:33.515. Cracking time there from the number 444. Masterson doesn't improve his position. So it's Lawrenson, Ricker, Parker, Steele, Hignett, Canero, Rayton, Russell, Hayes, McCauley. Paul Russell, highest of the silver runners, and highest of the AM runners is Wally Masterson, despite his little excursion there that we see. We'll get away from that for now. Lawrenson looks like he's going on another lap at the moment. Parker, Canero, and Hayes are all in the pits out of the top 10. We've got less than 7 minutes remaining. Lawrenson just lost a little bit of time there going through the second sector. We'll stick with Russell for now. He's travelling here. Can he elevate out of P8? He will. Goes into P7. He replaces Terry Rayton. Terry Rayton's on a pretty good lap right now. Let's see what he can do. Sun in the eyes. Be a little bit distracting for him. Great, a couple of tenths up on his best time. That'd be good enough to knock off Russell. Can he get to Kinero? No, he can't. Here's Lawrenson again, looking to try and improve his time. Not quite at the moment, so he won't improve there, but he will remain in P1. Ricker's just out there on an out lap. So is Parker, so is Steele. Steele's just starting his fast lap now, so we'll leave him to it for a little bit. Neil Fakeney crossed the line. He's down there in 18th position. What about Rod Taylor? Part of the AM crew down there in 15th spot. Not really going to be improving. Let's jump across to Lawrence. So he's ahead of Steele on the track by about 6 or 7 seconds. So he's just up the road, about the length of this straight to give you a bit of an idea. He is almost a tenth up, half a tenth up on his best time right now. Just a tick over 5 minutes left in this qualifying session, so we're starting to move into the business end of quali. Steele is up by almost 2/10, 1.5 to be precise. So that would be enough. The top 4 is covered by less than 1/10 of a second. That is absolutely fantastic. That's really setting us up for a great night of racing. Terry Rayton, what can he do? Goes from 7th to 6th. Nice work. Here's Lawrenson. I'm not too sure. He's going to improve only just. Not that much in the end, about 1,000th of a second, so absolute minimal improvement. Here's Jack Steele. He's 1.5 tenths up. He's going to go to pole position with this lap. He does. Nice work there from Steele. So our championship leader is in fine form right now. He's won 2 out of the first 3. Good evening, Heather Russell in the chat. Nice to see you. It's Neil Fakeney down there in 18th position. Max Ricker. Goes to the top of the times. Look at that. What a cracking lap from him. So look at that. 7/1000ths of a second separating P1 and P2. That's what you love to see. Lawrenson is in the pits. So he's coming out of the pits right now. So we'll leave him to it. Everyone else just sort of getting themselves together for the final stages of this one. 3 minutes 40 to go. It's Max Ricker leading from Jack Steele by 7/1000ths of a second. 6/100ths of a second is the gap between Jack Steele, Andrew Lawrenson and Max Ricker. Parker there less than 1.5 tenths. So 1.5 tenths covers the top 4. The top 10, the top 9 is covered by a second. The top 8, 6 tenths. So this is looking like it's going to be a very competitive evening. As we're watching Bridgens, improves his time on his position. Same with Herbert. Still down there in 13th position. Max Ricker's out on a hot lap at the moment. 9:21 time. Still pretty much dead even. 1:33.455 is the time from him. Picks up a couple of 100ths of a second. He will improve it only just, so he goes to 33.400. Look at that time. That's a nice one. Easy one to remember. Here's Robbie Masterson heading across the line. He improved his time but not his position. He remains down there in 14th position. Vinny Kinero down there in 7th. I don't know what's going on with his livery. He's got to upload it because I've looked for it on the thing and it's not there. So not too sure what's going on with that, but yeah, it'd be great if he does upload it. If he doesn't, it is what it is. He just does little sausage curves on the exit of the final turn. 3/10ths down on his best time, so he won't improve. Here's Jack Steele. 2 minutes left. This is the business end, the very, very sharp end of qualifying. Setting the grid for round number 4, 4 of 9, so we're almost halfway through the season already. Jack Steele is our championship leader. He's about a 10th up on his best time right now. That would be enough to take pole position from Max Ricker, who's sitting there on a 1:33.400. Jack Steele's best, a 1:33.462. He's looking to improve that. Only needs to find 6/100ths of a second. He's got about a 10th at the moment. It's going to be super close. He's going to just miss out. So he's going to stay there in P2. He's still got time if he wants. Doesn't look like it. Here's Max Ricker. So he's safe for pole for now. Andrew Lawrenson is on an out lap, I do believe. Where is he? He's too far from home to go again, so this is going to be his last final crack at it. Here's Mark Hurley. There's only half a dozen or so cars out there. Hurley, that will be the end of his qualifying. Here's Matt Frost down there in 16th position right now. He's 3.5 tenths up. That would almost sneak him into the top 10. Keep an eye on him. Here's Lawrenson. He's going to improve on his time, but not by enough. P3, I think, is going to be the best he can do tonight. It is. Did he get across the line? Though he did get across the line, so he's good to go. I thought he's a little too far from home. Turns out he wasn't. Here's James Mack. He goes up into P number 9. Here's Parker. He's 1.5 tenths down on his best time. Just under 2 tenths, the difference between he and pole position right now. Max Ricker is out there. He's on a fast lap right now. He is 1.5 tenths up on his best time, so he's only going faster. Countdown to 0 is on. We are at double zeros. These are going to be the final times for the session. Who is coming out there now? Number 9, Neil Fakeney. He's not going to improve on that time. All eyes on Max Ricker. 2 tenths up on his best time. He's going to improve a 1:33.400. He will go to a 1:33.247. Cracking time from him. Andrew Lawrenson, what has he got? 1.5 tenths up on his best time. 2 tenths, in fact. Will he get a little bit of a tow here from Mitch Hayes? No, he doesn't. Mitch Hayes gets out of the way. Good driving from him. Can he snatch pole position with no time left on the clock? It looks like he might have had a chance a couple of corners ago. He needs 2.5 tenths. He's not going to make up enough time. Andrew Lawrenson, he is going to start the race from P3. So no last second pole position for him. But it is Max Ricker who has taken pole position. Congratulations to him. M. Ricker. A 1:33.247. The highest of the silver class was Paul Russell, and the high, where are you, Paul Russell? There you go, Paul Russell, and Wally Masterson was the highest of the AM runners. So Ricker, silver, and AM. Just making my notes. There we go. All right, good qualifying session. That was fun. Good conditions for it. We will take a quick little break. We'll just wait until we get sorted here, and then I've got to find out. I think the pit strategy this evening, the pit rules are, what are they? They're I think it's timed. I think it's 25 seconds pit timed fuel. Just waiting on the timer to go over. Championships. Yeah. How do I find it? We'll just wait. But yeah, that was a good qualifying session. So Max Ricker, he hasn't taken a race victory so far this season. 2 fourths and a second was his best. Here we go. Calendar. What about today? Donington. Oh man. Today. March 10th. Anyway, all right, 3 minutes 50. Okay, it's a bit of a long timer. We'll come back. Give us a couple of minutes. 2 minutes 45. Be back shortly.
happy about it. This year we have a huge grid again. We have 39 cars on the grid for this weekend, and this is absolutely incredible. Very, very talented drivers out there, so very, very competitive series. We have to be part of it. Let's hope to have a good result as we had last year. We finished twice on the podium, so hopefully trying to go again for a strong result this weekend. Yesterday we had a pre-practice session which was wet, so today it's dry. We'll start again from zero. Let's see where we are in the time of the race. Number 9, so really looking forward to it. We're well prepared. We'll do the maximum we can and be on top again. So I will show you a lap. Round Misano from yesterday's night practice. And we'll start from the last quarter. We'll go to the main straight here on this racetrack. Probably approach the first corner now. In 6 years, it comes into the third gear. It's right there, we have a lot of speed. Position of the car is very important for the next 2 corners, the left and right corners at the Formula 31 obviously.
All right, back. So. Do a bit of. Alright. Ooh, what do we got? So it is 9:03 p.m. So the cars will make their way off the grid. So it's going to be Max Ricker. So what a cracking time from him. He will be leading them away in this in the early evening. All the lights are coming on. So they've got the signal, and they will begin to make their way off the start-finish line very, very shortly. So there goes Ricker, Steele in second, Lawrence in third, Parker in fourth, Hignett, Terry Brayton, Canero, Russell. That was James Mack early in there. Hildebrandt. Didn't see Hildebrandt for that entire qualifying series session. So not sure what happened there. And there's the number 9 getting away. So let's go for a bit of a wander, shall we? Around this circuit. They're weaving their way around. What a fine evening. Looks like a nice summer's night, doesn't it? Quite delightful. This circuit is fully illuminated. So it's intentioned to be that way. One of the few circuits that would be fully illuminated in Europe. Find them in the Middle East a lot, but yeah, so we'll have enough for some night racing, but everyone's got their lights on at the moment. So Misano circuit. Its official name is the circuit, the Misano World Circuit. Marco Simoncelli, unfortunately in 2011 lost his life, former MotoGP rider. This circuit also has been witness to some severe accidents. Wayne Rainey actually finished his career here in a big accident where he actually broke his spine. And 17 years to the day after that happening, there was a Moto2 event here where there was a Japanese rider, Shoya Tomizawa, was killed after losing control. He got hit by 2 other riders. Pretty brutal when you think about it. That is the dangers of motorsport. So on that happy note, let's have a look at this. Yeah, motorsport, it's dangerous. kind of that's part of the deal, right? In this sport. So we won't have any of that this evening, though. We're going to have everyone's going to get home nice and safe, and we're going to have a good night of racing as they're just coming through the final turn. It's going to be Ricker and Steele. One former champion, one championship leader, potential future champion. There we go, there's the green light. Looks like we've got a pretty good start there as well. It's going to be a straight dogfight into turn one between Ricker and Steele. And that is some very, very good driving by everyone. Everyone getting through there without any dramas. Looks like Terry Rayton has made up a spot there. He's just bumping and grinding a little bit with Hignett. Vinny Canero looking to go down the inside there as well. Hignett's going to have a word with Parker there too. But looks like everyone's managed to get away. Oh, we've got a spinner, Mark Hurley. So he finds himself at the rear of the field. So not too sure what happened there. Too late for a replay. So here's Lawrenson challenging Ricker. Steele's made his way through for the lead. Lawrenson and Ricker, they had a great battle at the last race. They once again find themselves together. Hignett's moved up a spot past Canero. Jensen's also made up a spot a little bit further back as well. But back at the front of the field, this is Ricker looking to go down the inside there at turn 12. And he gets it done. He gets a tap at the back. So does Steele. Back, Ricker's turned around. Steele. This is going to have championship implications. Let's go to the replay. We have the right camera angle. And so Ricker goes down the inside, gets on the brakes. Steele gets on the brakes and gets a little tap from behind. And that was that. Now we go back to live images. Ricker was just getting himself back sorted out. And now, could it be this man's night? I've called it. I said he's going to win a race this season. He's come close a couple of times already, but Aaron Parker is leading this race right now in the Rom Tyrannosaurus Rex 884 McLaren. And he's got Terry Rayton right on his tail. So that is going to be a very, very challenging situation for him, because we all know, if you've ever watched any race on Oz, you've seen Terry Rayton racing. He's very, very quick and a very, very tough person to keep behind. So Jack Steele, he's fallen down into 14th position. He's just moved up one past Bridgens, and Max Ricker is down there a couple of cars behind in 17th position. So that's an unfortunate start to the race for them. Mark Hurley is in the pits as well. Off he goes, so getting his repairs sorted. We saw him trailing at the rear of the field after the first couple of corners there. But Jack Steele, plenty of work to do, as does Ricker in 17th position. Here's Andrew Lawrenson piling the pressure on Vinny Canero, who runs wide in the final turn. Advantage to get Andrew Lawrenson through. So he now moves into P4. So the trusted drivers panel have some work to do after this one with the early race fracas there between Steele and Ricker. He's just up ahead of Bridgens. But it's a half a second gap between Aaron Parker and Terry Rayton right now. We are still in the opening stages of this one. It is a 25-second time fuel stop this evening. Tyres are optional. Considering that a tyre stop is worth 30 seconds, that extra 5 seconds in the pit, we should see probably everyone change tyres, and Steele gets past, so he's making quick work of the rear of the field. He's moved up into 12th already. Ricker, not so much, so maybe he's got a little bit of damage that's hampering him, perhaps. I'm not too sure. As he just gets past Bridgens there. That was Mark Hurley. He's gone down a lap. He's in P19. right now. So not a good start there for the 177. Here's Robin Herbert down there in 10th. He's 5th in class right now. Here comes Andrew Lawrenson. Looking to get past Ferrari off Ignat. As they come down into turn 1. That's Kinero in the background there. Quite able to make a move stick through turn 1 and turn 2. We'll stay with it though. The gap between Parker and Rayton right now is at 5 seconds. Track temperature and air temperature matched. It's 9:12 p.m. in game time. Track is at optimum. It doesn't look like there's any weather on the way. We'll see how long that temperature stays the same. This is a track notorious for losing tyre pressure. So we'll see if these guys can manage that tyre pressure depending on obviously the wear and tear, but we'll see if the temperature does drop, being that it's 9:12 p.m. in game time. So Jack Steele makes his way past another one, so he's already moved up into P11. Max Ricker not making the same sort of headway down there in 15th. That's Zach Jensen that he's battling it out with at the moment. He does. He's almost going to take a spot. It's the Ferrari versus the McLaren. Jensen is in no way, shape or form needs to give this up. This is a straight fight. And Ricker takes the spot. And looks like Lawrenson gets past Hignat. Let's have a look at the replay. Here it is. Oh, down the inside. Was that where Ricker made his move? Lawrenson, much more success on that time around. And he now moves up into P3 as we are about to go back to live images. There we go. And the gap is just widening. It's out to a second now between Parker and Rayton. Andrew Lawrenson 3.1 seconds behind Rayton. Nice lap around. Rayton did a 33.9 or 34.8. Lawrenson is behind Hignat and made that move. So we'll just wait and see how that pans out. Track temperature now to 23. So from 24 to 23. It was 25 degrees in qualifying. So keep a close eye on that in the top right hand corner of the screen. We'll see if that is going to affect tyre temp and pressure. Here's Max Ricker. He gets past Rod Taylor. So he moves up into P14 from Ricker. He's got Masters and he's got Steele up ahead after that. So those two could find themselves close together once again. So speaking of Steele, there he is in the background. We've got Herbert, who's given chase to Hildebrand. Yeah, I mentioned I didn't see Chris Hildebrand in qualifying, so screen time for him going on right now as they're making their way through turn 14, then the left-hander of 15, which is Misano. To the start and finish straight along there. So see how long Steele takes to make his way past Herbert. He's going to make his way down the straight. And going to get a 2 for 1 there. Is Steele. But we'll now try and get past the 111 Porsche. Chris Hildebrand, he's had a good race so far. He started in P12. He's just got down to P10 now. As Steele is making his way through. So biggest riser through the field, Terry Rayton up 4 spots. Zach Jensen up 4 spots. Everyone else up 2 and 3. Paul Russell, he's up 3 spots. There's Vinny Kinero. What's going on, Vinny Kinero? Let's see what happens here. Might go on board with him. So that's Hignat just up ahead, who's a couple of cars away now. So, oh, what's happened there? It's almost like he dropped it into neutral or something. Back up and running. So, not too sure what's happened. Looks like he's back up to pace. That happened in the MotoGP yesterday. Marc Marquez just sort of lost power all of a sudden and then lost the position, and then way back past his brother. He ended up winning the Thailand Grand Prix. Very, very hot conditions there, yes, so stifling. 23 degrees air temperature and track temperature that we have here right now as we're watching Robin Herbert trying to make his way past the game. He started in 12th. So biggest rises, yeah, as I mentioned, Terry Rayton, biggest faller, Matt Rickett down 11 spots, Steele down 7 and Hurley down 8, who's currently in P19 right now. So highest of the silver drivers is Paul Russell, as we're watching Ricker try and make his way past Herbert here. There's no blue flags. Herbert's well within his rights to fight, as you'd expect him to do. And Ricker, in the end, gets the position from Herbert and now moves his way up into P11. So a long way back for him. Gap between Terry Rayton and Aaron Parker is 2.3 seconds. So while I've been rambling on and showing other stuff, the reason is that it's pretty steady at the front. 2.1 seconds the gap right now. Lawrenson's 3.2 behind Rayton. Hignett 1.4 behind Lawrenson. Russell 2.5. Paul Russell's having a good race. What's he? 10th, 7th and 12th so far this season. Oh no, what's happened here? That was Rod Taylor. I saw a couple of cars falling. That's Herbert in front of him. That's, big slide. Oh yeah, big drift. Oh, Matheson taking evasive action. So, good job for no one to hit each other. And then Taylor getting back on the racetrack. Wow. Oh, that's, who's that? Bridgens. So, the two-time AM winner just drops a couple of spots there to Matheson. And, who else was that? That's Hurley, but he's a lap down. So, not too sure what happened there. Here's Jensen and Hildebrand. That McLaren going to make short work of the Porsche right now. Here's Hildebrand's going to try and hold on though. Good little dogfight going on between these two. And it looks like it's going to be Porsche power for now. Let's see how long that can last though for the triple one. To see Zach Jensen back though. What was he running last night? BMW from memory. Is he the Red Rebel Racing entry? So that's Rod Taylor just behind as well. So this is all four positions. So yeah, as I was mentioning, I'm not showing anything really at the front because there's not much going on right now. All the action is a little bit further behind. There's some blue flag. I'm not too sure who that is for. Oh, that was Rod Taylor. Big send down the inside, and we've got contact. Yeah, that looked like it was a very ambitious move into turn one. We've already seen him locking up under brakes and the car spinning around. Let's see what happens here. So Jensen down the outside. Oh, he's hit those sausage curbs. Can't cut that corner. They're coloured yellow and black for a reason. And stay away. Not good. So he's down there in P17 right now. We're watching Steele. He's currently P9 on the comeback. He's got Matt Frost. He's having a good run at the moment, Matty Frost. From 10th into 8th. He's qualifying just a little bit lower than what you'd normally expect to see. So maybe Mercedes not necessarily liking the conditions at Misano, but he's in the top 10 at the moment, P8, but he's got this man behind him, Jack Steele, so he's going to be a bit of an issue. As Lawrenson coming into the pits. That's a very early stop. Looks like that's his strategy though. Doesn't look like there's any damage that he's needing to repair. So keep an eye on that. I'm expecting a 30-second time, 30-second pit stop as Jack Steele makes his way through. Almost, yes, he does. Jack Steele up into P7. Well, 30 seconds stationary. Oh, he's in and out. What? Was that a drive-through penalty? Maybe I didn't pick up there? Because it looked like he didn't stop. It was just 39 seconds in and out of the pits. It said 0 time stop. Maybe it was a drive-through. Yeah, maybe it was a drive-through that I didn't see. Not too sure. That will be interesting to see how that unfolds now. So Parker, 3.5 seconds. I told you I've tipped this man for a race victory this season. Crunch had to bail out, feeling crunch. Oh, that's not good. Safety. Hope you start feeling a bit better. So this is Vinny Kiniro. He's sitting in P5 right now. Behind poor Russell. There we go. Track's still at 23 degrees, still optimum, air temperature 23, so we saw a couple of degree drop off, but nothing else significant. 9:23 in game time. What's the pace like at the moment? 33.932 is the last lap from Parker. A 33.465 is the fastest lap that belongs to him at the moment as well. 3.4 seconds is the gap. 6.6 further back is Hicknet. Where did Lawrenson come out? He came out in P15, so... See, but it hasn't marked him as a pit. It must have been a drive-through that I just didn't see. So, not too sure what the drive-through would have been for though. I don't have life stewarding, so not too sure on that one. Mistake. Who knows? He's Steele, so down in 7th position at the moment. He's got James McCauley, or James Max, you may know him as. He was doing something all the time at Sydney Motorsport Park. If I'm correct in the chat. He does a lot of he's involved in some sort of motorsport outside of sim racing. I am slightly speculating a little bit, but that's what sort of tell reading between the lines. But he's got Steele behind him in the sim racing world. We've almost gone a third race distance. Can you believe that? We've had so much action going on. Here's Ollie Matheson. He's making an easy pit stop. So he can come into the pits. We go back to Steele. See if he can just catch a bit of a draft here from Corley as they head down into turn number 8. Garcia. That's Garcia. Turn number 8 is the Oak. Drive-through, Chris Hildebrand. So it must have been a drive-through for Andrew Lawrenson. I just didn't see it, and I wonder if it's for corner cutting. I reckon it has to be. So will we see that evolve throughout the evening too? That could be add a little bit of late race spice. Here is Lawrenson, so down there in 13th position. It looks like Steele making his pit stop. Will he stop though? That is the question. No, I don't see a drive-through next to his name. Peculiar. So here goes Andrew Lawrenson. He's got Jensen in front of him. That was Chris Hildebrand, 111. As Lawrenson make his way past Jensen. Ooh, he doesn't touch those inside curves. Lawrenson does touch the inside curves there a lot, but he's able to get away with it. Saw Rod Taylor come unstuck there. A little bit of a wobble from Jensen. This is Hurley arriving on the scene. He is in P18 right now. He's a lap down as Lawrenson gets that move done. Here we go. This is Ricker. So it's definitely track limits. I had 3 in the first 2 laps. This track was brutal for them. Not to mention it's dark. There we go. Thanks, Crunch. You fake me. This rundown. There you go. Track limits are brutal here. Make that track limits. Next time. I think I do recall that actually last time. That was one of the challenges. That's what I got the week as the sausage curves there. So he's Zach Jensen and Bridgens going at it. Degrees, still the same. Over a third race distance. So the gap out in front, 4.9 seconds. The difference right now between Parker and Brayton. Hignett 7.6 behind. A quick little look at the some of the times to get a bit of a read on this as Hildebrand takes Hedges. So he's made his stop. Steele, Masterson, Hurley. Oh, Chris Hildebrand. Maybe he didn't. No, that was a drive-through. That was a drive-through for Hildebrand. Remember, that's right. Yeah. 39 seconds of drive-through cost you around here. What have we got? So yeah, Steele, Masterson, and Hurley. Ricker has moved his way up into P7. Steele, after his pit stop, he's coming out to 16, so he's going to have to go 2/3 of the race. How long was this stop? He was stopped for 32 seconds. There you go. So he took a set of tyres, as is expected this evening. After last round, we had 3 guys getting punctures: Lawrence and Rayton and Parker. Hignett making his way into the pits, so is Vinny Canero as well. So early pit stops, relatively early. We usually sort of see it, especially Hignett as well. He's notorious for running extremely long. Usually you see them sort of 35-40 minute mark usually. In this case, very, very early tonight. Max Richter, so you've got James Mack. James Mack having a good race. He's leading P2 in the silver class. He's up 5 spots from where he started. So is Paul Russell. So the Russell household will be very happy this evening. Paul Russell sitting there in 3rd outright and 1st in class. So he's having a phenomenal run at the moment. Here's Vinny Canera. He's still in there. He's been stationary for 32 seconds. Hignett is stationary for 32. So both of those guys on the same pit stops there, taking some tyres. Here comes Max Ricker. There's the rear of the McLaren ahead of him. Lights ablaze, fire belching from the rear of the McLaren. I've seen that in night races, or night-ish races. It's 5:30. Oh, is that a big? That looks like he got a little bit loose there. Let's go to the replay. Let's see that from above, shall we? So he's going to go down the inside. Curve there. And then, did he just get a little bit squirrely under brakes? A little bit dirty air there as well. So he remains in P5. He's Jensen. Ian Bridgens having a sort of ding-dong battle at the moment. The 5 cars are pitted. Hignett, Steele, Canero, Masterson, Hurley. A pit stop here. A standard fuel and tyres. So 25 seconds fuel timer this evening. So people just taking tyres for that extra 5 seconds. About 32 seconds stationary, a minute 14. So there we go, a minute 14 is the total time. Hignett did it in a minute 13. As we're watching Jensen go down the inside. So welcome back, Zach Jensen. P9, and Ricker gets past Macaulay in the end there. And that is Matt Frost just in the background as well in the Mercedes. Ricker has moved himself up to P4. Now no one's pitted in front of him. That is very interesting. So 35.750. Here's Lawrenson. Lawrenson had that drive-through penalty. He's battling it out with Herbert right now. Terry Rayton has just entered the pit lane as well. Are we going to see someone not take tyres? That is the question. After last week, but last week was last round. Last round was a 100-minute race, so different circumstances. Here comes Macaulay into the pits as well. So Parker now needs to make a little bit of hay while the sun shines, proverbially, not literally, because it's dark. It's 9:32 p.m. in-game time, but that McLaren's looking quite delightful, just glistening in the lights. As mentioned, it's a fully illuminated circuit. Is Misano. So Macaulay, Rayton pops down. What's his time? 32 seconds stationary, so that is a standard stop for tyres for him. No risks taken this week. Herbert in there as well. Those guys still out there. Let's go to Bridges. Bridges and Jensen up on P6 and P7. Terry Rayton comes out in P8. So what was I saying? About a minute 14. A minute 13, so here's a minute 15 total time, but about a minute 14 seems about the par time. The gap between he and Aaron Parker right now is a minute 14.6. So what does Parker do? Parker goes around for another lap. He is just going to have to manage this. Terry Rayton is well within it right now. He's right in contention at this stage. Aaron Parker has got a little bit of traffic up ahead. He's got I think that was Hedges. As we're watching Terry Rayton, he had a bit of traffic. He gets past Taylor. Not necessarily traffic. That was for position. So Rod Taylor is yet to pit. But this man here, how long will he wait to pit? So 32 and a half minutes left. So we're coming up on the halfway mark. This is going to be very interesting to see what Aaron Parker does. Can he get his first race victory this evening? I've told you all along from the start of the season, book it in. He'll win a race this season. Is tonight the night? We'll have to wait and see. And Herbert. A drag race down the back straight. But it's all quiet on the western front at the moment. We're waiting on this man to pit. The gap is now at a minute 15. So last lap around he did a 1:34.370. So he's pumping in some decent times. He was one of the fastest cars out on circuit, if not the fastest. So he's got the pace to do this, the 884. He's going to go another lap. I love the confidence. I love it. What is this lap? He does a 34.787. So some good time at the moment. Terry Rayton's on his first time lap. The gap is a minute 15. So if Parker was to maintain this gap and pit and do a minute 13, as is sort of about the par, a minute 14, he'd still have a 1 second buffer, and then it'd be a straight fight between he and Rayton towards the end, and he'd have the fresher tyres as well. But the biggest problem that he's going to face is Terry Rayton is a very, very tough competitor, as Hignett going down the inside of Hildebrandt. So Hignett has made his stop. Hildebrandt had that drive-through earlier on for track limits. So yeah, he's going to have this man to deal with, who is a very, very tough customer indeed. So we'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds. So he's got... he's pretty good for now. He's just got James Mack up ahead, but James Mack will be getting the blue flags. That will force him to move out of the way. Hildebrandt, he's got no blue flags. He's making his pit stop though, so Jack Steele will move up onto P11 as car 111 makes his pit there. And what are we going to do? Are we going to see pit stop? No. This is good. I wonder if he's going to go, what's the 25 seconds timed fuel stop? Will he risk no tyres? A lot would be going through his head right now. What did he pump in? A 134.8, so that was about a tenth slower. It's a minute 15 difference between he and Terry Rayton. Here comes Paul Russell. He's having a very good race so far. Started in 8th spot, comes in 3rd. And that beautiful liveried McLaren. I've been watching a lot of old F1, like 98, 99, 2000, and those beautiful McLarens. Here's Andrew Lawrenson. So he's already had that drive through. He's got Jensen. Jensen will come across the line. Yeah, he's going to drop down a fair bit. Yeah, right towards the rear of the field. So that drive through from earlier on is really going to hurt him. Russell is still stationary, so looks like he is definitely taking tyres. What is this man going to do? Is he going to make his pit stop? So 34.8 the last lap around. The gap between he and Terry Rayton is a minute 15. I think he'd want to pit now. If he does, there we go. Good driving from Aaron Parker. This is a good drive from him so far. Has to hit the marks here. So he's already had a little bit of trouble in pit lane this season. This is a pressure stop. This could be a race-winning stop right here. Does he take tyres as well? I think he will. He's got the time to do it. We're going to find out. So Terry Rayton will pick him up shortly. Bang, hits his marks. Looks like he's got there. Nice work. So here's Rayton. He's coming out of turn 8 into turn 9. Budapala into turn 10. That's Tramonto. Parker is stationary for 18 seconds now. It's got about another 12 seconds to go. Terry Rayton closing the gap. He's about to come through turn 11 into turn 12. So that's 13. This is 14. Away goes Parker. How long did he stop for? 32 seconds. So that's fuel and tyres. Here comes Terry Rayton down, into the second to last turn. Parker coming out of the pits. We're going to see... Oh, this is going to be pretty close. It's going to be close. That's how close it is. It's not that close after all. You can see Terry Rayton just in the background there. No, we couldn't. So Aaron Parker... Pressure pit stop, 32 seconds stationary, a minute 14, nailed it. Terry Rayton was a second slower overall, and Terry Rayton is now 7.4 seconds behind Aaron Parker, who sits in P2, but this man here, Zach Jensen, back for his first race of the season, he is currently in P1, leading AM at the moment. He won't do that after the pit stop though. He'll probably come out in about 3rd in the class. Rod Taylor still needs to pit though as well, so it could be a good little battle for the AM class division this evening. 26.5 minutes left, and Parker's got a 7.1 second gap on Terry Rayton. Terry Rayton's last lap was a 1:34.2. He's about 30 seconds away from completing this lap. Let's see what sort of time he comes in. So 7.5 seconds was the gap between he and Parker. Parker's going to have to get up to speed pretty quick as Jensen is making his way through for another lap. So he'll be one of 2 remaining cars to pit. He and Rod Taylor are the only other 2. And this man here, let's see what sort of lap he does after Terry Rayton does a 1:34.2. Rapid from T. Rayton in the 85 Honda. Have to wait and see what sort of lap this man does. This man on the screen though, Max Ricker, just tucked in behind Vinny Canero there, down in 8th position right now, chasing the Misano at 123. Livery-less Misano. It's got to get a livery at some stage. Yeah, so what sort of lap? Canero did 34.9. Hignett did a 34.1. He's 7.8 seconds over behind Terry Rayton. So it's a pretty spread out field right now. Now on board with Max Ricker. This is all for position, so no blue flags being waved here. See what he can do. Track and air temperature is still 23, so there hasn't been a drop off in temperature. Track conditions have stayed at optimum for pretty much the entirety of this event. Gap still 7.4 seconds. Parker, his first lap around, he goes a 134 flat compared to a 134.3 to Rayton. So Aaron Parker is right on track right now to take his first race victory. Still 24 minutes to go, but he has a very comfortable gap right now as Rod Taylor, one of the last cars to pit, Jensen, will have that on it this evening. He is in the lead of this race right now, so we'll give him a bit of screen time because he's in the lead. But Aaron Parker, he is in a perfect position. Just having a look what he's got traffic-wise to deal with at the moment. Not much. He's got this car here, Jensen, that will have to pit shortly. And then after that, he's got Hurley, who's running a lap down anyway. So in 16, so he'll get the blue flags. As you can see there, the yellow Pennzoil machine there, the 177. This is Max Ricker still working away behind Vinny Canero in the 123 Nissan. Ricker with the Italian themed livery for this round. A little bit different from what he's been running already. So Taylor makes his stop. Did he take fuel and tyres? He did. He's all done. Steele's closing up on Hignett now as well. So this is going to be a good little battle between these two. So Hignett, he pitted later than Steele. He got a slight advantage, sort of about 1 or 2 laps. Fresher tyres does Benjamin Hignett, but this will be a good scrap between these two. Two fast guys in Ferraris. It's going to be very interesting last 22 and a bit minutes for them. Terry Rayton now 8.2 seconds the gap between he and Aaron Parker. He was half a second slower on that previous lap than Parker, who's just dealing with Jensen now, who you'd think will definitely pit this lap. Runs pretty wide there. That's for race position. That's for the lead of the race. And Aaron Parker is now officially our race leader in the McLaren. So Jensen slips into second position there, and he still needs to pit. So he'll probably fall down to about 13th or 14th. What's happened there? Oh, that's Vinny Canero. Did he have an issue earlier? Let's go on board with him, shall we? What's happened here? Oh, that's a big slide. Did he get hit from behind by Ricker? I don't know. And Ricker got some witness marks on the front there. Zach Jensen, our race leader. Second P2, sorry. He pits. Let's see. It's hard to see. But all's well that ends well. And no harm, no foul. minutes remaining. Steele, less than a second the difference. Max hit him hard. Sorry, I didn't see that. I was on the onboard. I assumed it was because of a massive snap at the back. So there you go. He's been in the wars a bit tonight, hasn't he? Old Max Ricker. Had that collision early on with Steele. And yeah, he's had a bit of a rough trot ever since. But is he going to be able to get this done clean? Kinero into turn 8. Fun race, this one. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, so Jensen just made up a couple of spots. Gap between Parker and Rayton, 8.8 seconds now. Last lap around. Parker a 33.9 to 34.7. Rayton did on the previous lap, about to clock in another one, 34.2. So still 3.5 tenths faster than Parker was on that previous lap. He is in full control of this one. 9 seconds to the difference between he and P2. As we're watching Vinny Kinero defending for his life right now in the Nissan against the hard-charging champion Max Ricker. Not the reigning champion, a former champion though. In the Ferrari, and we can see the exhaust pipes red hot in these conditions. Steele all over the back of hitting it as well. So we've got a couple of good battles going on for 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th. Here goes Ricker. He's going to have the inside line here. As he goes into turn 8, the left-hander, Garcia. And gets it done. Max Ricker now moves up into P5. He is 9.8 seconds behind Jack Steele, who is about half a second the difference right now between he and Benjamin Hignett. Last lap around, Hignett 34.952 to Steele 34.757. So a tenth advantage to Steele. I think that was in the valid lap though. Wasn't on my timing screen. We've already seen a couple of drive-throughs. One to Andrew Lawrenson, one to Chris Budebrandt, who I think is gone. The 111. No longer here, so we've lost him, Neil Fakey, and someone else, I'm not too sure. Here's Herbatron. It is 3 wide. Down the back straight into Brutapella. So Wally Masterson sneaks a position there. So it moves into 12th spot. He started in 14th, so he's moved up. Nice work, Wally Masterson. Here's Paul Russell. So with night time taking full effect, we're starting to see some of the extra lighting on these cars that you don't normally get to see in the day races. Russell, Kinero just up ahead. So Kinero just spot to Rickett earlier, we saw. Now coming under attack here from Paul Russell, who went about a second faster than him in that previous lap. I wonder if Kinero's just got a sluggish car at this stage of the race. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to keep this man behind him. He's on track. If he can get into 6th position, that would be his best finish for the season so far. So Paul Russell working his way into the season, 10th, the 7th and the 12th in the first 3 races. Can he get a PB in round number 4? Wait and see. While I got here, Herbert and Masterson, Taylor and Hurley, a couple of Ferraris scrapping for position down there in 15th and 16th right now. Taylor takes that away from Mark Hurley. So, as we approach the final quarter hour, you've got Aaron Parker leading this one. 11 seconds is the gap. He was almost a full second faster on that previous lap than Terry Rayton. Let's see what he pulls out here. 33.967 that previous lap compared to a 34.8112. Wow, he's on fire right now, and he goes to 33.8 on that trip. What does Parker do here? 34.8 last lap, 34.6 compared to a 33.8. So Aaron Parker is on fire right now. He's got that McLaren humming. Looking the goods. Benjamin Hignett, he's the other podium getter right now, so he is 8.2 seconds behind Terry Rayton. So he's got an order to do. He's lapping at a very, very similar pace than Terry Rayton at the moment. So he's not really going to get him where he would like to be. Another step higher, 2 steps preferably. Jack Steele, and he's 1.5 seconds behind Hignett, so he was closer than that earlier on. So air and track temperature have dropped another degree. Maybe that's starting to have an effect on some of the cars out there at the moment. But he's sort of dropped off the back of Hignett at the moment, so he's got 13 minutes and some change left to try and rectify that. Then Ricker in P5. So good recovery from him after starting in P1 though. Not where he would have liked to be or envisioned himself being. He was almost a second faster than Steele on that previous lap. He's at 6.5 seconds the gap between he and another 9.6. Will this have some championship implications tonight? So Steele is ahead of Ricker in the standings and on the track, so that's going to be alright. Hignett might make up a little bit of ground on them. Terry Rayton will as well. Andrew Lawrenson, so that drive-through penalty definitely has cost him. So he's down 7 spots from where he started in P3 on the grid earlier on this evening. So yeah, that drive-through definitely cost him big time. Without the drive-through, he would be fighting, he'd be up there. He'd be fighting for a podium this evening. That's pretty clear about that. So, yeah, you don't expect to see trucking through things like that either. So, yeah, happens to the best of us. What have we got? Vinny Canera just hanging in there, isn't he? He's doing a good job, old Vinny. I like it. Didn't race the last race. It was a little bit too late for him, which is fair enough. He started in P7, so he's moved up 1 spot into P6. He's having a good run at the moment. He was a couple of tenths faster than the chasing McLaren, Paul Russell, who I mentioned is having his equal best race for the season. Getting to 6th, that would be his new PB. But he's leading Silver Class though, so that would be a second class victory for him. He's got James Mack 2.5 seconds behind him at the moment. So Mack was a couple of tenths faster than Russell in that previous lap. It wasn't an invalidated lap though. So that's one to watch. 2.5 seconds gap. Russell is focusing on Vinny Canera trying to take away P6. So they should push each other along. Matt Frost, he's had another very Matt Frost kind of drive. He started 10th in 9th. He's just minded his own business all night, and he's just plugged away, and another top 10 finishes on the cards for the 666 Mercedes this evening. So it's been a very, very Matt Frost kind of performance. Andrew Lawrence, we've talked about him already. Zach Jensen, welcome back. He's leading the AM class at the moment, so great job from him. Currently sitting in 11th outright. Leading AM class, 7.6 seconds the difference between he and the chasing Wally Masterson, who has Robin Herbert for company at the moment. So Herbert's going to make his life quite difficult. Try and demote him down a spot right now. So Herbertron, he started in 13th. So lucky for some, unlucky for others. He's looking to make that in 12. Then Bridgens, so the last time out AM class winner, 12.2 seconds off that battle. Taylor, 18 seconds behind Bridgens, and then Hurley and Hedges. Hurley sort of technically recovers from whatever happened to him on lap 1, being sort of a lap down, chasing his tail for the entire evening. Max Ricker's got a drive through as well, so I've just caught that then. So that is not going to affect our podium, but that is a bit of a kick in the gut for him. So that is going to have some championship implications. He was looking the goods in qualifying after finishing second last round. A couple of fourths before that, you were thinking you could possibly take the next step up the podium and take home a victory first of the season, but not to be this evening. So he's going to lose about 40 odd seconds. So he'll drop down to about 7th, I think. 6th or 7th, we'll have to wait to see. So it would not be a very happy camper right now. Steele just sort of making a little bit of progress. It's less than a second with 9 minutes remaining. Hignett did a 35 dead on flat. At 34.5 from Steele, so half a second faster on the last lap for Steele. He'll make some ground up on Hignett. He's going to take a podium position. So he's had 3/3 in a row. This would be 4/3 in a row for Hignett if he's able to hold off Jack Steele here. And nothing happens to Terry Rayton to close that 9.4 second gap. But right now, this man here is at large and in charge. 14.2 seconds the gap. 34.1 his last up around compared to Rayton at 34.8. He is on fire right now, is Aaron Parker. As Max Ricker serving his drive-through penalty. Kinero, he will slip through. So will Paul Russell. James Mack is going to go through, so man, Rick is going to be dropping. Will Jensen come through? No, so Rick is going to drop down into 10th position. What am I thinking? Right now, back to this battle. So we've got Steele and Hignett, 3rd and 4th. Kinero and Russell for 5th and 6th, and then Macaulay and Frost for 7th and 8th. So we've got 3 scraps going on. Plus we've got Masterson and Herbert down there in 12th and 13th. Silver class right now is decided by 1.9 seconds. Make that 2 seconds the difference between Russell and Macaulay. And the AM class is pretty much sort of sewn up right now with Jensen. Just needs to bring it home. He's got a 12-second gap over Wally Masterson. And he was lapping about 1.3 seconds faster. 1.3 seconds faster on that last lap. So Zach Jensen looking to make a return to form. Down there in 11th, but first in the AM class. And we jump on board with Jack Steele. Let's do a lap around here with him and Becky. Just stuck away there because Lawrenson is all over the back of Frost at the moment. So there's a couple of other battles that are unfolding. We've only got 5.5 minutes remaining, so just trying to capture everything at the moment. So we'll just pull out of that one. keep an eye on it though, because it's... Oh, Hignett runs wide as well. Steele is going to go down the inside. Out of turn 14, the left-hander of 15. So Benjamin Hignett able to hold on for now. Just ran a little bit deep. So we're into almost the final 5 minutes. Here's Frost, Lawrenson and Macaulay. 7th, 8th and 9th. So this is for a podium in silver class right now for Frost. Lawrenson just wanted to get one spot up further, and he's going to launch it down the inside to turn 1, not quite on this trip around. Down on the left hand side, there we go. So Lawrenson gets the job done there. Here's Paul Russell going for he is in P6, so he's in his best finishing position so far of the season with less than 4.5 minutes remaining. Vinny Kinero is in P5 right now. He's doing a sterling job right now. He's holding on to a top 5 position is Kinero. This would be his best finishing spot of the season so far. 7th and 8th were his other 2 finishing spots earlier in the season. So he wants to hold on to that top 5. That would be a very well-deserved top 5 finish as well from Vinny Kinero. He's had a nice solid drive this evening. And then back to this one as well, Steele and Hignett. Just feel like something's going to happen between these two. Two very rapid drivers. And when you get 2 sort of combustible elements together, you get a little bit of a reaction. So we'll have to wait and see over the next, what's probably going to be 3 laps remaining of this one. 3 laps max, 2 laps the least. Those 2 are going to scrap it out to the end. Kinero and Russell, they're going to scrap it out as well. And then Lawrenson and Macaulay in 7th and 8th. James Mack, he's 1.6 seconds behind Paul Russell, who will be cheering on Andrew Lawrenson. Try and put him in between he and James Mack. Try and put a tighter grip on the silver class right now. That would be his 2nd silver class victory for the season. Back to this one between Steele and Hignett. Very, very close together for a number of laps now. And we've got 2 minutes 20 left to go. Where's Parker? He's just started his next lap, so a couple of laps left after this triple round for these 2. So we're getting down to the last remaining minutes of what has been a relatively exciting race once again. So this season's had some great action. We've had another healthy grid of 20 cars this evening. That's good times. Having a good season so far. Computer hasn't died either, which is always a good thing. Touch wood. I actually found out where that sound come from last week, funny enough. It came from ancient times where they thought spirits lived in trees. So that's why, and they would go and touch trees for sort of, for the good vibes, the good spirits. It's amazing. You walk around with a computer in your pocket all day, and you've got these questions, and you just magically get them answered. It's pretty cool. So here's Lawrenson and Macaulay. No wood going on here. In saying that though, Kuyasa, the turn that they're coming up to, is called the Oak. There you go. How's that? That's a good segue, isn't it? Lawrenson and Macaulay. Lawrenson gets the job done. So Paul Russell will be thanking him to put a car between he and James Mack. So we put a tighter grip on this silver class victory. There we go. There's the signal. Final lap. So these 2 guys have got a lap and a couple of corners left. to try and sort this out. Can Hignett hold on for P3? Or has Jack Steele got it in him to try and steal that away from him? What's happened to Andrew Lawrence? He's dropped down a couple of spots in tonight, so he's done himself a mischief somewhere. Sort of sums up his night, unfortunately for him. But Aaron Parker is making his way up the back straight there towards turn 8. Ways away from these guys. Drive through for Lawrenson. Oh, thank you, Crunch. Drive through for Andrew Lawrenson, his second of the evening. Oh dear. McCauley and Frost, they swap positions. So these two still going at it. That is Jensen. No, Bridgens there. I'll make sure I get Aaron Parker. I predicted it. I said it at the start of the season. I said this man will win a race this season. He came close to the last round at Valencia. He had a pit stop mishap in, I think it was round number 2. But tonight he has been absolutely on fire. Aaron Parker is going to take his first win in Race on Oz PC League. Congratulations. He takes home round number 4 victory. Well done, Aaron Parker. Very, very well deserved. Terry Rayton, he was about 14 odd seconds behind. Another solid effort from him. Congratulations, Terry Rayton, taking home P2. Well deserved for him. And then we've got these two fighting it out. So Hignett is going to just get home here. He holds off the hard charging Steele. He takes P3. Steele in 4th. Vinny Canero is coming home in P5 as well. But a massive congratulations to Aaron Parker. He's going to take home his first victory. Canero gets P5. Well done, Vinny. Good drive. Well done, Paul Russell. He comes home in P1 in the silver class. James Mack holds off Matt Frost for P7 and P8. Ricker, it's a case of what could have been for him. He's going to come home P9. Looks like Lawrenson will come home in P10. But this man right here, congratulations, Aaron Parker, or Knox Parker, you might know him as from console. It's taken him to race number 4 this season to get his win. Well done, congratulations. And Zach Jensen, his first race of the season, he is going to take home Russell and then Jensen. Well done, Zach Jensen, for the AM. Congratulations to them. That is round number 4 done. But yeah, well done, Aaron Parker. Very happy for him. His first ever win in Rouge PC. Well done. Paul Russell, P1 for silver class, and Zach Jensen, P1 for the AM class. That was a fun race. All right, let's get to the post-race interviews. There we go. I'll quit out of that. Alright, so I'll shut this down. We've had 4 really, really good races this season. Very enjoyable. Let's open up the old Discord and we'll see if we can get some post-race interviews. He's already in here. Aaron Parker, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Congratulations, your first victory. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. Didn't expect a winner like that, though. That was, still pretty... had to keep my nose clean for that one, but yeah, I'm still pretty happy.
Mate, you were on fire in for most of that race. So walk us through, where'd you qualify? Like 3rd or 4th, I think you were, around about there?
I think I was, 3rd or 4th, yeah.
Yeah.
4th, I believe, I think,
4th,
Max, and the other 2 in front of me, so.
Yeah, and so there was a bit of a kerfuffle there at the beginning with involving Ricker and Steele. Did you see?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw it. I have no idea what happened though, so I'll have to rewatch the replay. I just saw some cars spinning in front of me, and I just I decided to turn left and try and hopefully miss all the carnage.
Yep.
And came out in front, and Terry was right behind me as well.
How'd you go with Terry? He's a tough customer, isn't he, Terry Rayton? He's a
Yeah, they kept me on it for a few laps there, and then I think must have my tyres just started getting into the groove, and just trying to put my head down and hit those marks, and
Yep.
yeah, they're pulling away.
You were pumping in those lap times as well, and the pit stop was perfectly timed tonight as well.
Yes.
So when you came in at the right time, and then you hit your marks. What was going through your mind when you were with those pit stops? Just going on what's happened this season. Were you a bit nervous?
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to actually do a good pit stop and a strategy for once in my life. So
Yeah.
I finally pulled it off tonight.
Yeah.
No idea how I would have gone with if the other three guys stayed out in front. They had mega pace tonight too. So I think they had probably a little bit more raw pace, like qualifying, stuff like that. And I actually wasn't too keen on some of the corners on this track, but you got to be there to win it. So,
Mate, stuff the other guys. This is your night tonight. Your first win in Ruse PC. I called it. I said at the start of the season you were going to win it, and you did it, mate. That's fantastic. Now, and your pace after you pit stop, you were like flying. You were just braining them. It was so good.
thanks very much, mate, and well done to Terry and Hignett behind us. It looked like pretty good damage recovery for Steele there
Yeah,
too.
it was. Yep.
Up and four.
Yep. Yeah, good
Yeah,
recovery.
well
drive
done to
from
those
him.
guys.
Yeah.
I could hear on the comms Andrew was having a bit of a rough night of it though.
Yeah, 2 drive-throughs tonight. So
Yeah.
very un-Andrew Lawrenson-like this
No.
evening. Yeah. Yeah. But, mate, congratulations. First one. I expect more to come this season. So congratulations. Enjoy it.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Later. Bye.
All right. Who we got next? We got the silver class winner. We got Paul Russell here. Are you there? I can see you. I can't hear you. I've turned you up. Are you on?
Yep. Sorry, is that better?
Yep. Are you there?
Yeah, mate. Yep.
Beautiful.
I was the push and talk stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought. How are you?
Yeah, mate. I'm good. Bloody tired. That was an effort.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. That was an awesome effort. You qualified as the high silver runner, and then you've come home and you've taken your second silver class win for the season. Walk us through the battle with you and Vinny Canero there for the sort of the back part of the race.
Oh, Vinny, man, that thing's a rocket ship down the straight. So I had the slight pace advantage on him, but I knew I was never really going to find a way past it because every passing sector here is at the end of the straight. So that thing was just a rocket ship down the straight. So it was going to be tough. So I thought, I'll try to just stick with him, push him into maybe a mistake. Because if I fought, then would slip back to J-Mac, which was right on my tail the whole race.
Yeah. And how was your race overall? I saw you mostly involved with Vinny. I think up until sort of your pit stop, it looked pretty straightforward for you tonight.
Yeah, no major dramas. I avoided the incident somehow in the first lap. Car facing directly for me, and the car swerved in front of me. And all of a sudden, there was a car directly in front of me, and somehow I missed. So that was a tight scrape. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty standard. Just trying to keep the track limits down and keep the tyres in a certain spot and stick to my delta.
McLaren felt good around here.
It did. It felt good for the first 20 minutes, and then the last 10 of each stint, it was starting to get a little bit slippery. Just so on the second stint, I thought I'd save it in the first half to extend it at the end and maybe push Vinny.
Yeah. Well, mate, congratulations! Second silver class victory, second silver class victory of the season, and I think that was your highest finishing position as well this season as well. P6 from memory. It is, yeah. That was your PB. So, well done.
Still tickle the top. Still tickle the pro guys, but So keep them busy.
Yeah, no, still
Keep
a
on
good.
their toes.
Yeah, still a good effort at the right end of the field. So, yeah, congratulations.
All right, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Have a good one. See you next time.
You too. And then I think we got Zach Jensen. Are you there?
Certainly am.
How are you? Congratulations, your first race of the season. You rock up and you just decide to clean up in AM. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thanks. I'll tell you, this McLaren is a cheat code.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's an awesome car to drive.
It's very good.
Yeah, very stable, very compliant, very comfortable. Does what you need it to do. Got a fair bit of toe on it as well. Walk us through your night. I saw you were out there. You had a few good little scraps out there tonight as well.
So yeah, when I didn't realize until probably like 5-10 minutes in, I put on a 20-minute scrub set from practice to start.
Okay. Yep.
So I was like, why am I struggling for getting out of corners? And I looked and went, it's a used set.
Right.
So that's why I was sort of struggling, but being able to just keep with just try and keep on the tailcoats of it was Wally and Taylor at the end of the start, and then when they spread it like the C did, and I just peeked through. It was helpful. Then obviously Bridge with better tires obviously was able to catch and get past, and then I got back past him, and I think probably after 20 minutes the tires came back like that. How the tires have that on again, off again, on again period.
Yeah.
They came back on, so I was able to get a good 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes of good running. And once the pro leader had come past me, I went, all right, I'm pitting now.
Yep.
And then, pretty much, I mucked up the pit a little bit. I had to reverse a smidge, but
Didn't cost you much
to
time.
just be able to, no.
Yeah.
And then, coming out ahead of Wally and Herbie
Yep.
to just be able to, on the fresh tires, just disappear up the road.
Yeah, and you're having a couple of little. You had a nice little scrap with Bridgens there towards the end as well.
No, I didn't. It was
Oh, okay.
pretty much once I came out of the pits, I was just hot lapping for the last 20 minutes.
All right, my mistake. My mistake. But no, good to have you back, and yeah, phenomenal result. Where have you been?
I mean, there's sort of that preference of track of calendar. Just not a lot of the tracks. Sort of, I'm not a fan of a lot of half the tracks. So I was like,
Fair enough.
do I? Don't I? And sort of gave up and just hung off for a few races, and then was like, oh, I'll come back from Misano. I know I'm good there.
Well, yes, you've proven to be very good there. So, all right. Well, congratulations. I don't know if we'll see you next week or for the rest of the season, but AM victory for tonight. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, no, definitely a good comeback after a very unlucky last season.
Yes. Yep. Well, you're definitely making up for that now. So, cool. All right. Thanks for that.
No worries.
See you, mate. Bye.
See ya.
All right. We're all done here. So that was the post-race interviews all done. We're getting ready to go for next week, round 5 at the Nordschleife. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited. I'm much more familiar with the circuit. I'm going to try and study up on the corner names as well and corner sections and all that sort of stuff. But hoping to bring a little bit better stream this time around than the last time around where I sort of didn't really know what the hell I was doing. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed round number 4. It's the 4th good race of the season. It wasn't as dramatic as last time, but still a first-time winner, Aaron Parker, Paul Russell for Silver Class, and Zach Jensen for the AM class were all the winners this evening. Cool. I hope you all enjoyed that. We're going to do it all again. Same place, same time next week. We're doing the Nordschleife. Until then, my name's Nick. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next